Anger management, a Stoic's secret weapon. The fire within. There is a fire inside every one of us. It flickers when we are calm, steady, and at peace. But when anger takes hold, that fire rages out of control. It blinds us. It burns bridges. It leaves behind ashes of regret. How many times have you said something in anger only to wish you could take it back? How many times has rage turned a small wound into a scar that lasts for years? The Stoics knew this danger well. To them, anger was not a show of strength, it was a kind of madness. Seneca, one of Rome's greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote, "Anger, if not restrained, is more hurtful than the injury that provokes it." Today, we're going to uncover the Stoics' secret weapon for managing anger, one that doesn't suppress emotion, but transforms it into wisdom, clarity, and self-mastery. Why anger feels so powerful. Let's be honest, anger feels powerful. It surges through the body like electricity. The heart races, the voice rises, the mind insists, I am right, I must respond, I must strike back. That's why many people mistake anger for strength. But the Stoics saw it differently. MarcusAurelius, the philosopher king, reminded himself, "Keep calm, for what is anger? It is a temporary madness." Strength, to a Stoic, was not found in the explosion of rage, but in the discipline of restraint. Because anger promises power, but delivers weakness. It makes us slaves to the very people who provoke us. Imagine this. Every time someone insults you and you erupt in fury, you have handed them the keys to your mind. They now control you. But if you remain calm, collected, unmoved, they lose all power over you. This was the Stoics' secret weapon, inner control. The cost of anger. Seneca once compared anger to a collapsing building. It crushes not only its victims, but also its owner. Think about that. Anger doesn't just hurt others, it hurts you first. It poisons your peace. It damages your health. Studies today show what the Stoics already suspected. Anger increases stress, raises blood pressure, and shortens life. It also clouds judgment. How many wars, feuds, or family conflicts have begun because someone could not hold back an angry word? The Stoics believed that life is too short to waste in quarrels. Epictetus advised, "When you are offended, consider, it is not the person who insults you that harms you, but your opinion about it." In other words, anger is not caused by events, but by the meaning we attach to them. The Stoic method of delay. So what do you do when anger strikes? The Stoics taught the method of delay. Seneca wrote, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Why delay? Because anger is fast, impulsive, and irrational. But reason is slow, calm, and deliberate. If you wait, even for a moment, the flame begins to die down. Try this the next time you feel rage rising. Take a deep breath. Count to 10. Remind yourself, I am not a slave to anger. This small pause creates a space between stimulus and response. In that space, freedom lives. Seeing through the insult. Epictetus gave his students a powerful mental exercise. He said, if someone insults you, remember, it is only their opinion. Do not make it your truth. Think about it. If a stranger shouts an insult in a language you don't understand, do you get angry? Of course not, because you don't give meaning to the words. The Stoic trick is to treat all insults this way. They are just sounds in the air, opinions of another, not reflections of who you are. When you realize this, anger loses its grip, turning anger into strength. The Stoics did not teach us to suppress anger, because suppression only builds pressure inside. Instead, they taught us to transform anger into strength. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." In other words, when someone wrongs you, the noblest response is to rise above, to remain virtuous, to keep your dignity intact. This is how anger becomes fuel for growth. Instead of lashing out, you let the insults remind you of the importance of patience, compassion, and self-command. Every provocation becomes training. Every insult becomes a test. Every enemy becomes your teacher. The bigger picture. Here is another Stoic technique: zoom out. When anger consumes you, you see only the offense, but when you step back, you realize how small it really is. Marcus Aurelius would remind himself of the vastness of time and the universe. That rude remark, "It will not matter tomorrow." That betrayal, "In a few years it will be forgotten by all." Even the greatest empires crumble into dust. Why let a single insult ruin your peace today? By expanding your perspective, you shrink your anger. Compassion over fury. The Stoics also believed in compassion. They saw anger not as evil, but as ignorance. When someone acts with cruelty, it is because they lack wisdom. They are like a blind man stumbling in the dark. Do you curse the blind man when he bumps into you, or do you show patience, knowing he cannot see? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Whenever you are offended at someone's fault, turn to yourself and reflect, what similar faults do you have?" This shift from judgment to understanding disarms anger and replaces it with empathy. Training for life's battles. The Stoics trained daily for moments of provocation. They visualized insults, hardships, and provocations so that when real challenges came, they were ready. Epictetus told his students, "When someone provokes you, remember, you are being tested. Life has given you the opportunity to prove your character." So the next time someone cuts you off in traffic, betrays your trust, or mocks your efforts, remember, this is your training ground. Your anger is not a curse, it is a call to mastery. Modern application. In today's world, anger spreads faster than ever before. On social media, in politics, in everyday interactions. But this makes Stoic wisdom even more urgent. Imagine what would happen if more people practiced the Stoic method: delay, perspective, compassion. Conflicts would dissolve, peace would grow, relationships would heal. And it begins with you. By mastering your own anger, you not only free yourself, but also set an example for others. The Stoics' secret weapon. Anger is easy. Anyone can shout, curse, or strike back. But mastery, that is rare. And it is this mastery that the Stoics saw as true strength. The secret weapon is not the sword of rage, but the shield of self-control. Not the fire of fury, but the calm of reason. Not the shout of revenge, but the quiet dignity of virtue. So the next time anger rises within you, remember the wisdom of the Stoics. Delay. See clearly. Transform the fire into light. And above all, remember this: no one can control your mind unless you hand them the reins. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That is the Stoics' secret weapon, and it can be yours. If this message spoke to you, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to strengthen your mind and soul.